Hello, Mogira. How's it going?
How's your day going?
As good. We're doing another live stream. I've officially found dates for my live streams. It's either Saturday or Sunday. And since today just so happens to be Sunday, why not? So, this is one of those you can just ask me anything type of live streams. We don't really got much going on. I don't really think the DCU is collapsing. I don't think the DCU is personally collapsing. I just think it's mainly because, it's just starting out and no one's not really giving it a chance. I just don't think they're really giving people a chance. It's also mainly because most of the movies that are coming out aren't directed by James Gunn. Like, Supergirl isn't directed by James Gunn. But yet again, I didn't see Supergirl, so I can't really say much. But yeah, me personally, I don't think it's ready. I don't think it's already collapsing. I just don't think it's getting the chance it needs. But yeah, that's just what I think. Do you think Superman 23 should have been? No, I liked it the way it was. I mean, it is Superman centric. It just had other characters in it. It was Superman centric. It just had other characters. I mean, James Gunn isn't really doing the Marvel format. They're kind of just doing their own thing. He says the DCU is just going to be more like Star Wars, where, it will connect, but it won't be as connected. Which is kind of why we're getting a Green Lantern show. I mean, I still enjoyed Superman. But I also do think the production. Oh, do you think Star Wars would collapse without the animated projects? I already think Star Wars is a dead franchise. I'm still convinced Star Wars is a dead franchise. Like, let's face it, they've been like, when was the last time we had a good Star Wars movie? Like, let's be honest, when was the last time? I haven't seen Mandalorian and Grogu, but for good reasons. I just don't trust them after Rise of Skywalker and the sequels. Not to mention, most of the TV shows haven't even been good. 2005. Exactly. That was like the last good Star Wars movie. But it's mainly because George Lucas decided to sell the rights to Disney. If anything, George Lucas should have probably had some control over what they did. Like, if I was me and I sold the rights to my company, if I was selling the rights of my contents to a company, I would at least negotiated that I would still be a part of it, so at least, like, it can still be good. But yeah, I'm already convinced Star Wars is a dead franchise. I actually said this before in a different live, but yeah, I don't think Star Wars is, like, holding up. Like, Mandalorian and Grogu got beat by a movie that was already out for like, I think a week. Like, they were beaten by a movie that was already out for a week. You think the movie that was out for a week would have not have won, but no. But no. I mean, in their defense, from what I've heard, the movie was good, so. Yeah. But, like, that's the problem with Disney. They don't understand Star Wars fans. Not to mention, they're kind of Star Wars fans. It's hard for Star Wars fans to like anything. Reminder, this is a franchise made for 12-year-olds. That is a thing that George Lucas actually said. George Lucas said that Star Wars is a franchise made for 12-year-olds. Do you believe the Godzilla? No, it's not. No, it's not slowly dying off. If anything, it's getting, like, no. The Godzilla franchise has been around for decades. I don't think it's dying. Like, who says it's been dying? It isn't dying. The Godzilla franchise is still good. Like, I don't think the Godzilla franchise is dying. Like, I don't think anyone thinks the Godzilla franchise is dying. I don't think it's slowly dying off. People still like Godzilla. Like, we have the MonsterVerse. Like, we're getting 2 Godzilla movies. We're getting a Godzilla movie this year and a Godzilla movie next year. I mean, that's with Kong, but still. So, no, I don't think Godzilla is a franchise that's slowly dying off. It's... Like, people are still a fan of the character to this day. Like, I would only see that happening if they just had multiple flops. Not to mention, we don't really get that many Godzilla movies a year. Like, usually we get, like, a Godzilla movie, like a year or two. I mean, Godzilla movies are probably, like, really expensive to make, so, like, yeah. I don't think Toho is really giving the chance for the franchise to die off. I mean, I've known they've got, like, a few bad movies, but those were, like, really old movies. I don't think Godzilla's slowly dying off. Godzilla is still as strong as of this year and today. And even if we're not getting movies, we're still getting, like, smaller stuff. Like, we're getting comics. We're getting, like TV shows. Like, from what I've heard, Monarch Legacy of the Monster Season 2 is actually good. I haven't really got done watching Season 1 yet. But, you know, once I'm done with Season 1, I'll watch Season 2. So, no, I don't think Godzilla is slowly dying off. If it was slowly dying off, I wouldn't be buying this. Or 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 this. So no, I don't think the Godzilla franchise is dying off. If anything, it's still alive. They haven't really gotten the chance to die off, so no. It's not slowly dying off. Do you think Transformers is not doing well TV films related to toys? I don't think it's related to the toys failing. It's just mainly because Paramount doesn't really know what to do with the franchise anymore. Like, I don't think Transformers is dying. I just think it's mainly because the people that own it don't really know what to do. Not to mention, we're getting an animated G.I. Joe TV show crossover movie. No, animated TV show, animated series. And I think it's being made by the same guys, and they're taking inspiration from the Skybound comics. And in fact, I think it's going to be more catered to older Transformer fans and to adults, because if you think about it, the people who watched the old Transformers cartoons are not young anymore. I think it's just mainly because Paramount doesn't really know what to do anymore. We're getting, they brought back Michael Bay for a movie. And I don't know when that's coming out, but it's most likely, it's either gonna be a sequel to it's either gonna be a sequel to Transformers Last Night, which would actually be pretty good because it can actually end off the franchise. Or, it could be a completely original project, or it could be that animated, or it could be that G.I. Joe movie they teased a while back, because they did tease that. Transformers 1 was a good movie. It didn't really fail. It just didn't really get its money back because they didn't really market it, because Paramount doesn't know how to market their movies. In fact, they barely marketed the SpongeBob movie, that new SpongeBob movie that came out last year. That movie was barely marketed. Transformers, I think it is still doing well. It's just that it hasn't really given its time to change. It hasn't really gotten its chance to, really have a good... the live-action ones are good. I like all the live-action ones equally, including The Last Night. Yes, I like The Last Night. Do you think Galvatron wasn't handled well? I don't know. I liked Age of Extinction. It was one of the one of my favorite live-action ones. I liked Age of Extinction. I mean, it would be cool if it was an original character. Maybe this is an original reincarnation of Megatron. But finding out that it's Galvatron, I like it. I just don't personally think it's the best adaptation of Galvatron. I like it. I just don't think they've done a good job. Especially since Galvatron looks very different. It could have been that. It could have been that hard to just not make him purple. Seriously, you could have just made him purple and it would have been that easy. I really like it too. I just don't like Galvatron. Look, I like Galvatron in that movie. He was fine. I mean, it's not the best interpretation of Galvatron, but I think it's fine to an extent. It's kind of the same way of X-Men Origins Wolverine Deadpool. People would like that version of the character more if it wasn't Deadpool, but since it is Deadpool, people just don't like him. But in my defense, I actually like Galvatron in that movie. I don't know, I just liked it for no reason. It's just what I think. But what I mostly think made that movie good was probably Lockdown. Lockdown pretty much kind of carried that entire movie. It was arguably one of the best Transformers villains we've seen in a while. In that time, but then Scourge came along, so yeah. No, apparently I found out that Transformers: Rise of the Beast was gonna have a Decepticon in the movie, but they took it out. It was originally going to be part of the opening credits, but see, since the movie was going to be about the Beast Wars characters, they had to change it out because it just didn't really make sense to have Optimus Prime fighting a Decepticon. It was going to be like Optimus Prime's fighting this Decepticon called Transact. He was a bus transformer, and it wouldn't have been the first time we would have seen that in a movie. And like Optimus fought him to the death, and he killed him, and it would have ended with him throwing him into the ocean. Yeah, apparently that got taken out because people who were test screening it thought it was a little too dark, but okay, Optimus Prime has done worse things before. Like, are we gonna forget about the time? Are we just gonna forget about the time that he said, "Give me your face" in a movie? Like, that is an actual line Optimus Prime said in a movie. Like, in Transformers, like, he literally ripped a bunch of guys' faces. Are we gonna forget about that scene in Transformers, like, 3? Where he just had that entire rampage and just, like, punched Shockwave in the face? Oh, speaking of Shockwave, I actually do have, a Dark of the Moon Shockwave. I got it in Hawaii, but I don't know if it's here. I mean, I do have it. It's, I don't know, I have to dig through it. Bay Optimus Prime. Yeah, it's in the, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, not really a monster. He's still a good guy. He's just more violent. I don't know. I like Bay Optimus Prime. I like Bay Optimus Prime. I mean, you can also see there are hints of that in the newer movies with Rise of the Beast. Oh yeah, actually, fun fact. Apparently, Michael Bay still produces the live action Transformers movies, but that's pretty much all he does. He doesn't really do that much. Just produces it. Do you think Beast Machine was only made for toys? I don't know what Beast Machine is. I don't know what Beast Machine is. Beast Wars sequel, basically. Oh. I never watched Beast Wars. I've done my research about it, but I don't really watch it. I don't know. It's something about the CGI they used for it. They've kind of... Very scary designs, though. I don't know. I think I would have to look that up for myself. Do you think the MCU hates... Do you think MCU hate is forced? I don't know what you mean by that. Like, do you think people are forced to hate it, or people are just forcing the hate? I mean, I personally don't think it's Marvel's fault for being bad with their movies. I think it's Disney's fault. I mean, Disney pretty much has pretty much most sayings with what happens with most of these movies. So, in my personal opinion, it was them. I think Disney kind of ruined Marvel a little bit. Like, this was around the time where they just kept on forcing them to do stuff for, like, their movies. Like, remember that time, like, we were gonna get an Avengers movie in the same year? Like, Avengers Kane Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars would have been in the same year. But then they changed it to Doomsday, and they have Secret Wars still, but they just, like, got rid of it. I like that all the Avengers logos look like Infinity War and Infinity Stones. A lot of people think they're gonna win Doomsday and lose. No, that they're gonna win Doomsday and lose in Secret Wars because of the logos. Because people theorize that movies that Marvel has lost had like a longer logo, and people that had a shorter circle around the A were movies that were gonna lose. They were gonna lose. I don't think that. I just think that's, hey, you know what? Maybe that's just they couldn't fit the entire word in. Hi, Rich. How you doing? Anyways, if Jonathan was innocent, do you think Kane would have been better? I mean, I don't really know what Jonathan did. I personally think maybe it's, hey, if Jonathan was if he didn't do, I mean, eh. If there's one thing Marvel did right is that they probably shouldn't have probably not have kept the guy. Because let's face it, he I don't know, whatever thing he did, they probably have to kick him out for a good reason. Yeah, at least Marvel did that. I mean, with the Flash, they just kept Ezra Miller, even though he obviously did the things he did. A lot of people theorize that all the Kanes are gonna get killed by Doctor Doom. I think that would probably happen, but I don't know, with the fact of they aren't bringing back Jonathan Majors for anything, probably means that they're probably not going to do that. I mean, that would be cool. I don't know how they would do that without having people think it's... Do you think the Flash was a slight bit over? No, it was... No. People had its reasons for hating on it. Those were pretty good reasons for the hate. The Flash movie was like, I didn't see it, but I know it was bad. Like, dude, like, all the decisions they did. Yes, it was. Okay, so, like, all the decisions. Having the same act, like, first of all, they brought back all three Batman. No, like, they tried to do, I think they tried what they tried to do with, like, the Spider-Man No Way Home and just bring back the three Batman. What's the name of the Batman for that movie? I think it was, like, they got too comfortable. Okay. What was that Batman who was in the remainder of the thing? Like, Michael Keaton, I think? Yeah, that was Michael Keaton. They brought him back for the entire movie, then killed him off. And then for the post-credit scene, they got George Clooney. Why did you bring back the Batman with the bat nipples? Oh, you guys want to know why he has bat nipples in that movie? I figured it out. I learned it. Apparently, they want to represent it as Roman armor to be more intimidating. That's not intimidating. Putting nipples on the bat costume does not make it more intimidating. And then they also have Supergirl for, like, no reason. They brought back one of the only good villains in the DCEU just so they can have a villain. And then they have, like, 3 Flash. We got Evil Flash, Annoying Flash, and Regular Flash. Remember when a bunch of people said that this movie was gonna be good, but man. Man. Do you think the Flash... Bat... I don't know what you mean by that. Honestly, I just feel bad for Ben Affleck. I mean, Ben Affleck got like a lot of hate for being Batman because when he played Daredevil, but he apparently he did a good job. It's just Zack Snyder did not understand Batman, and what made it even worse is he is one of the only Batman to never get his own movie. Pretty much every Batman got their movie. Like Michael Keaton got it. Like Adam West got his own movie. Like Adam West got his own movies. Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton got his movies. George Clooney had two. Robert Pattinson got his movie, and Ben Affleck got nothing. People are feeling bad for like Henry Cavill, but I feel more bad for Ben Affleck. Like Ben Affleck should have gotten the movie. Ben Affleck fell off in the late 2000s. He was great in Armageddon. Okay, but well, I didn't know that. But yeah, I still feel bad for him. He didn't get a Batman movie. Like, bro didn't get his Batman movie. Like, seriously? You think the DCU Robin was Jason? I don't think there was a DCU Robin. Like, again, we didn't get to see anything. We didn't get to see that much. Also, it felt like in the Justice League, they were trying to do what Spider-Man, No Way, like what Captain America Civil War was doing with, like, Iron Man and Peter Parker. Like, having Batman be, like, a father figure to the Flash. That's kind of what it looked like to me, personally. But yeah, the DCU was, like, weird. Like, it didn't really do that much. It was so bad, they brought James Gunn to fix everything. Also, imagine getting an entire universe erased just because no one liked it. Like, fun fact, only a few movies are canon. There was a chest plate of Robin, Suicide Squad, and I didn't see Suicide Squad. I didn't think there was any reason. Most of the movies of the DCU, I only watched a few movies from the DCU. I watched Shazam, Blue Beetle, Man of Steel. That's it. Because the other ones weren't worth it to me. Blue Beetle is in the DCU. Yeah, I know. I mean, it makes sense. They're obviously going to bring back the good stuff. Like, I wouldn't mind if Shazam is also in the DCU. I like Shazam. I didn't see the second one yet, but yeah, it makes sense. But I think the biggest mistake of the DCU was having Dwayne Johnson as a Black Adam. First of all, why did you bring back Superman just so you can have them fight, even though Black Adam's not a Superman villain? And like, wouldn't it have just made more sense if Shazam was in the post-credit scene, so they could have actually teased a third Shazam? No, fun fact, apparently in the first Shazam movie, Black Adam was supposed to be in it, but Dwayne Johnson said no. Why would you give so much power over a character of Dwayne Johnson? Why'd you give so much power to this one character to Dwayne Johnson? Why'd you give Dwayne Johnson so much power with one character? Also, I find it funny that all the Zack Snyder fans are just trying to, like, get the Batman, try to, like, bring back the Justice League, trying to get Zack Snyder to direct everything. Like, remember when all those Zack Snyder fans were, like, trying to, like, get Warner Brothers to sell the rights to Netflix, because I think, like, Zack Snyder and Netflix had, like, a deal or something. Like, bro, they're not going to sell the Justice League. They ain't going to sell it. Not to mention, I think what was really funny was, when they tried to... I don't know, what was it? When they tried to, like... Okay, I forgot what I was saying. Do you think James Gunn is doing very well with Batman's side of DC? I mean, we haven't really seen much of Batman. What I really hope, they would do, is do what James Gunn, do that thing from How It Should Have Ended, because apparently some guy said, if James Gunn does this in the DCU, then I will eat a shoe. And James Gunn's like, okay, tell me what I gotta do so I can see you eat a shoe. And they just have this talk about stuff and then say, because I'm Batman. I hope he does that. I hope they do that. I hope there's like some sort of post-credit scene in Superman, Man of Tomorrow that really does that. Okay, if Zack Snyder sold the rights of the Justice League to Netflix, the next Justice League would be screwed. Netflix would politicize the other, ruining the franchise. No, it's not Zack Snyder selling the Justice League. It's Warner Brothers selling the Justice League. Yeah. And if you really think about it, it's very funny that the Zack Snyder fans just think that DC will listen to them. Because when they did, release the Snyder Cut, a lot of people are just, I guess a bunch of the DC, Zack Snyder fans are just thinking that DC will listen to them because release the Snyder Cut worked so well that they're just going to be like, oh, well, they listened to us with this, so they're obviously going to listen to this. Bring back Henry Cavill as Superman, even though you're doing your own thing. Also, James Gunn, you suck. Bro, what? Okay. Especially, it seems like a lot of James Gunn haters are lying about stuff. I think I saw a video one time of a guy talking about the state of the DCU, and he talked about how a friend of his said they played a friend of his said that, hey, pretended to be a teacher and said, hey, they played Peacemaker in a classroom full of kindergarteners, and the guy thought it was real, and for some reason he made up a bunch of things about it too, and he thought it was real. So it just shows that they'll talk about anything. Zack Snyder fans, dude, you're not going to get that franchise back. Also, let's face it, Zack Snyder's not really a good director. Are we just going to be completely honest with that? I'm pro James Gunn, but I think he's taking too many risks. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Also, I think Zack Snyder's not really the best director if you think about it. He can do good shots for, movies, but he's not really doing any good movie. When was the last time Zack Snyder actually had a good movie? Actually speaking, when was the last time he made a good movie? Seriously speaking. Remember, Zack Snyder tried to make his own version of Star Wars because Disney wouldn't let him make his own Star Wars movie? I agree, 300 was decent, but it was pretty cringe. I mean, yeah, but seriously, when was the I'm seriously asking, when was the last time Zack Snyder actually had a movie that everyone could agree on that was good? Especially if, let's face, remember, again, I was talking about, apparently Zack Snyder wanted to make a Star Wars movie about, a Star Wars movie, but Disney wouldn't let him, so he went to Netflix to make his own fake Star Wars movie. I think it's called, Rebel Moon or something. And I kid you not, Zack Snyder's the type of person that only thinks that his director cuts will work. I heard those movies were bad. I heard Rebel Moon was bad, and both 1 and 2, because I think it was bad because, there was a lot of slow farming and not a lot of action, and not a lot of characters got character developments. Dawn of the Dead has a cult following, but it's kind of trash. Haha. What is Cult of the Dead? No, Dawn of the Dead. Rebel Moon is alright. I mean, I haven't seen Rebel Moon, but from what I've heard, it's not good. It's basically just worse Star Wars. I mean, we got main character who used to be a nobody, but then becomes a somebody, then goes on a journey to find a bunch of people to help fight against the evil space Nazis that are obviously bad guys. and then it turns out the main character is actually related to the bad guy, and then like main bad guy almost dies, but then comes back for no reason, and then they use their planet killing weapon to destroy the planet, but they don't win, and also main character has people that she likes die. It's basically just Star Wars. Also, they have weapons like Star Wars. It was before your time. It was released in 2004. It was basically set in the stage of... okay, that makes sense. Zack Snyder directed it. It was one of his first movies, I believe. Okay. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, like, Rebel Moon is basically just a worse version of Star Wars. It's... Do you really think Deadpool and Wolverine hate was forced? Oh, very much forced, yeah. I liked the movie. I liked Deadpool and Wolverine. I watched it. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. I don't think it deserves hate. It's a good movie. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman Wolverine are good. I think what most of the hate I saw from it was the She-Hulk actress getting mad at Disney for cutting the scene of her fighting Wolverine. But, okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think she was in that movie. I think she's lying. I think she's lying. I don't think there was actually a scene of her. Yes, you would have thought... Who would have thought that those superheroes would end up juxtaposition in each other? Yeah, it was a good movie. Okay. Yeah. But still, I don't think that She-Hulk actress was in the movie. I think she was just lying. I think she was lying. She even said that Disney asked her to be in Doomsday, and she was like, no. I don't think they asked her to be in Doomsday. Her show was terrible. The She-Hulk actress, I think she was lying about most of the things she said. Do you know what Ryan Reynolds did? He said absolutely nothing. Because Ryan Reynolds obviously didn't care. Also, regardless of what she would say, Ryan Reynolds would be protected because, you know, Disney and Fox and Marvel, they like Ryan Reynolds. They like them. Yeah, I don't think the She-Hulk actress was in Deadpool and Wolverine. First of all, it was a movie commemorating the Fox era of movies. Like, it was supposed to commemorate... Like, they even brought back, like, Chris Evans just to play his version of Johnny Storm. Like, you know, we could have been picky and asked for every other Fantastic Four member and everyone in the X-Men, but no, it was supposed to honor the Fox side of X-Men. The movie is supposed to be about the Fox X-Men, not the like, and Blade and the Elektra. They were good inclusions too. I mean, how funny would it be if Daredevil wasn't it? Ben Affleck's Daredevil, that would be funny. I would have to say though, Man of Steel did very well, and Hans Zimmer is a fantastic composer. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad director, Zack Snyder. I'm just saying, like, when was the last time he actually had a movie that was actually good that everyone can agree on? Like, I saw Man of Steel. I agree it's kind of a good watch, but it doesn't really capture Superman. It's not really the best way to capture Superman. Zack Snyder is the type of person that thinks everyone is Batman, but when it comes to Batman, he knows nothing about the character. Do you think Masters of the Universe didn't perform well because He-Man isn't relevant? Oh, no, I saw that movie. It was good. I loved it. I saw it with my dad. That was a good movie. I loved that movie. That was good. It was a good movie. Like, seriously, no joke. It was a good movie. I liked it. I thought it was great. I thought it was the best. I think it's one of the best movies I've seen from this year. I mean, I saw Anaconda. It was the first movie I saw this year during the start of the year, and that was a good time. That movie was a good time too. But He-Man is really good. They referenced the meme. I'll say this. They referenced the hey yeah 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 hey yeah yeah. I said hey. What's going on? Like, they referenced it. I mean, they didn't really fully reference it. They just had it in the movie. But, yo, it was good. Jared Leto actually does a pretty good job with Skeletor. He actually did a pretty good job. And just, you know, it's very surprising because Jared Leto's not a good actor. But, yeah. I think He-Man is still relevant. It's just like, yeah. Who do you think captured Spider-Man the best? I think it's Tobey Maguire. He was amazing. I mean, yeah. I think Tom Holland captures Spider-Man better. Tom Holland is actually doing a pretty good job with Spider-Man. He actually, he shows that he cares. So, yeah. But that was my generation Spider-Man. I haven't heard of He-Man since I was in high school. Yeah. I mean, He-Man's not really that much of a pop culture icon, but, you know, he's still a guy. He's still there. He's still there, you know, in the background. Also, whoever's idea was to put He-Man in the real world is a genius. That is the funniest thing you could ever do with the character. Like, my dad actually enjoyed it. And this is something that's probably, like, I'm gonna say this. My dad barely enjoys movies. Like, he usually likes movies that he's already seen. He hasn't enjoyed a movie he saw recently. He said he would like it, but he said he wouldn't really love it. He still has his, like, opinions on them. Like, he said he liked Superman, but there were some things he wished he didn't do. They didn't do. He also liked, I think he liked Venom 3, but he said he didn't. He thinks that there was some stuff that, but yeah. Also, I like all 3 Venom movies. I don't care what people say. They're all good. They're good in their own way. The Venom movies are good in their own way. Like, they may not be in a filmmaking standpoint, they're not the best, but when it comes to, like, giving me a good time, they're fun. Do you think Brave New World is a mixed up historical fact about Japan? You mean, oh, you mean like Captain America Brave New World? I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did not like Captain America Brave New World. I think it's one of the most recent... The book was amazing. Oh, okay, this is a book. Never mind, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I was thinking of Captain America Brave New World. Did you see Supergirl flop? No, I didn't watch Supergirl, but I'm going to watch it. I mainly just want to watch it to see if it actually is good, so I'm not going to form my own opinion until I watch it. Did you hear about Peter? Now, what do you guys think of Godzilla? What do you guys think of Godzilla? What do you guys think? Because I remember the last question Mogira here asked me, and that was like, do you think Godzilla's slowly dying off? I don't think so. In fact, I haven't heard anyone say that. He was awesome. He's awesome. Yes, he is awesome. Now, you guys want to know what the first Godzilla movie I saw was? It was 2014. And I don't care what any of you says. This movie's good. Yes, it has its problems. But I will always love 2014 Godzilla. This is my favorite Godzilla too. I like this guy. I like the spikes. That's what I like about it. I think that's what most appeals to me. 2014 is my favorite Godzilla movie and my favorite design for Godzilla, and you can't say anything about it. I mean, there's also this boy. There's this guy here. 2014 is amazing. Too much human stuff, though. Yeah, I know. There's way... That's what I like about recent MonsterVerse movies. They, like, know that, hey, you know what? People aren't here to see the humans. They're here to just... They're here to watch it. That's what I liked about, like, New Empire. Like, they know we didn't care about the humans. We only cared about the monsters. So that's why it was more Titan-focused. And who knew you can do an entire movie with just monsters? Honestly, I think that's what they should do. I think they should have, like, more Titans-focused movies without the human characters in it. Do you think MonsterVerse should have... No, he shouldn't. No. No. I mean, Godzilla's a pretty neutral character in the MonsterVerse. He's not... I like this. I like the fact that people always picture Godzilla as a hero in the MonsterVerse, but in reality, he's kind of just a monster doing his job. He probably just doesn't care. Like, Godzilla is a monster who protects... Like, he's described as a person that brings balance to nature. Also, he is the king of the monsters. He's not really a hero. He's more of an anti-hero, if anything. Not to mention, if you really think about it, I mean, is he really even a hero in the MonsterVerse? He's not. He stomps on things every single day. The humans are always trying to kill him, so if you think about it, But no, I don't think MonsterVerse Godzilla should be the villain. But that's just resolved of, like, Godzilla having anger issues. But yeah. Anyways, I think this was a good stream. Oh, wait, hold on. Do you think Godzilla should do more in the movies without Kong? Yes! We need Godzilla 3, come on. We already have 2014, we got King of the Monsters, we need the third Godzilla movie, man. Toho, MonsterVerse should do more solo movies. That's what I think they should do after Supernova. Supernova should be like, hey, will be... Have Godzilla and Kong... Then have Godzilla and Kong do whatever they want from now on. Because I want to see them do their own things. Like, we only have one Kong movie, if you think about it. One more question. What is it? Like, yeah, if you really think about it, we only have one Godzilla movie. Like, we only have one... No, we only have one Kong movie. Kong only has one movie in the MonsterVerse, and that's like... And that's like... King of the and it's like, what is it? It's like Skull Island. He's only got one movie. Yet he seems to be the center point. Do you think -1 should have go like Showa with Serious Lives? Honestly, I think they should just go with whatever they got. Not to mention, it seems like they're just doing their own thing. We should just wait and see what happens. Personally, I think they should just keep doing what they're doing. Anyways, this was a wonderful stream. Goodbye, everyone. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.